Okay.
About analingus. We were just talking about some analingus.
Hold on. It's still.
What? Buffering?
Still.
It's buffering.
It's buffering.
It's buffering.
Come on. There we go. Now we're live again. So analingus.
Analingus.
Tell us about him.
It is something you need to both go home to your female mortals, and you shall say, "Woman, female mortal, I now command thee through the power of Norris the Great that you will perform analingus on me tonight."
Oh, very nice.
I'm not sure how that's gonna go.
And then report back to me and say it was everything I hoped for and more.
I will definitely report back the results.
Yes.
Of the question, without a doubt.
And if you're the female mortals that are guarding these two male mortals, I suggest you do as Norris the Great said. And it's a shameful that you haven't already performed such an act on these both male mortals. Because they're both pretty yummy, don't you think?
Yeah.
I taste like lemon drops.
Lemon drop. That's going to be my new name for you, lemon drop.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a term of endearment.
It is.
Old books and weed.
We'll call you Strawberry.
Strawberry. Well, I remember the first time I met you was at a UMS. Remember when they used to do the UMS on Sundays downtown? Or not, it was like the Underground Music Showcase when John Moore was doing it.
Yeah.
And it was pretty neat because it was down at, I can't remember the venue. But I got there early.
Was it Soil Dove?
Soil Dove, yeah.
Nice.
And it was like my first time at Soil Dove because I've been working for NIPP with all those guys for so long. So I went down there early so I could get food. And you sat like one table away from me with no food and growled at me for an entire half an hour set.
Yes.
Yes.
It's because you were my food.
I was just trying to relax. I mean, trying to fit in and be cool and relax, get there early, scope it out by myself.
The undead have
I
different
remember it vividly. I
But for
remember it
some
vividly because it was
reason,
just so
you
crazy.
survived.
Weird.
I don't know how it is that I didn't kill you.
And then after
because-
that, you were at every show, every cool show at the Bluebird in Ogden for a decade. You know, the whole time I was there, you showed up.
Yes.
Yeah.
An acceptable hunter am I, and I have seen some of the best bands that Colorado has to offer. Unless, of course, you're snooty. Some of you bands are snooty, and so you don't matter.
So our friend Justin Davis from Edinburgh just commented. He says you are absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
You have spoken correctly, male mortal. Send me a picture of your wiener to my inbox on Facebook. We will get to know one another better.
That's right. Making friends from around the world.
Around the world.
And I think Edinburgh is pretty well locked down, so he'll be able to survive the current COVID apocalypse.
So how does the COVID affect zombies?
Or does it?
It doesn't. So, what you call COVID. Okay, let me explain how this all happened. So, Patrick Elkins of the black metal band Satan's Host, one of the greatest black metal bands and they're Denver's very own.
Nice.
He is a Satanist and a conjurer, and he studied the ancient scrolls of Gomorrah to find if there is a way to conjure a demon such as me. When I decomposed, I descended into hell, you see. That is where I have been.
Whoa.
Oh.
So he felt that the local music scene here had gotten much too stale and boring and thought it was time to conjure me. He found out the appropriate spell to conjure up a gay demon is to send him 666 pics of peen. Now, back in the ancient days before the internet, what had to happen is someone had to take ox blood and draw a likeness on their penis on a big rock. And one by one, those would be delivered by a mortal who was murdered and descended into hell with 666 rocks with likenesses of penis painted on them by oxblood. But now with the internet, all that had to happen is people send them to me in my inbox. So I received Actually, it was about 680.
Oh, nice. Overachiever.
Half of them were from male mortals from around the world in Denver, and the other half were you acceptable female mortals that were forwarding unsolicited dick pics that they had received.
That's a good one.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
When I got to 665, about 10 to 15 male mortals all wanted to be 666.
Yeah.
And suddenly I had too many penises. So I had a committee of female mortals and one gay male mortal named Frank 3 in California. Hello. They chose the 666th pick of being.
Who was it?
A mortal in South Carolina.
Oh my God.
I can't remember his name, and I love him, but I don't remember your name. But he had the
Email
scariest
back.
penis. It was so big, he took a picture of it next to a beer can, and it dwarfed the beer can.
No way.
In terms of girth?
Yes. and length.
Wow.
So it truly was the most evil penis that could possibly exist, and it was chosen as the one that conjured me up.
Wow.
So I was back in your realm as a demon. And last year, I possessed my guitarist, Faggoty Ann, and he went on a little killing spree. And he killed a couple of members of Swinging Noose Productions. And those pictures are on my website.
Nice.
What we're getting to is that's not the same as having the flesh.
Right.
No demon has ever taken the flesh back before me.
Mm.
For that kind of spell to take place required something called the dickening. A boy toy at the stroke of midnight on May 31st
Stroke.
had to ejaculate into a pentagram made of his own blood.
Whoa.
He did it.
That's a lot of work.
His name is Jared Theus.
know
I call
that.
him Juju.
He's a good kid.
He is you know Jared.
I know Jared.
He is a lead singer of Aging Rageaholics, and he sacrificed himself so that you all could be sacrificed. So when it got
Thank you,
out
Jared.
that I was going to take the flesh back, all the other gay demons in hell decided they were going to try to take the flesh back too. That awoke the anger of the being you call God. And so he sent out a plague across your earth to chase all, of course, of the demons, gay demons, back into hell. Do you want to know what saved me?
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
I was imprisoned in the vagina of Killer Cassie. She is a sex worker. Sex work is real work, and you male mortals need to hire her and utilize her favor. I was imprisoned as a demon in her vagina,
Whoa.
and God is so hung up about female mortals and the reproductive
Mhm.
parts that I was overlooked. And so when it came time for the dickening to be performed, it was indeed performed, and I took the flesh back, and I'm back. I hope that was a lot to take in, mortals. You did
Yes.
very well.
The dickening.
The dickening. Jared Thesis. Juju.
The Dickens.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
You can see the dickening on my website as it was performed by Juju.
Ooh,
MarisTheGreat.com.
Embarrassingreat.com.
that's right.
Yes. So I am back in the flesh.
I'm
And I am
personally
picking-
glad to have you back.
We will see
Yeah,
if
yeah,
we feel
yeah,
that
yeah.
way by the end of the summer when there are no bands left other than mine.
The Great Reckoning.
Yeah. Well,
What other bands would be on your radar this summer?
Let's see. Fixing God.
Mm.
They're a superior metal band. They'll probably die. The previously mentioned Lola Black.
yeah, Lola Black.
Ooh.
It's always sunny in Tijuana. If you're watching this, I would break up if I were thee. And just so you don't all think that I'm just one-track minded, there's a magnificent pop group that walks among you by the name of Amzi.
Oh, yeah.
Amzi will die.
That would be a good one to kill.
Grind Cat Grind.
Great
Play some
band.
kick-ass rock and roll, and they're on their way out. So there's a bunch of mortals. Seraphim Shock. Somehow
What?
they escaped my wrath the first
Wow.
Must have
time.
made them a zombie. That's
they've
what,
been
how could
around
they
for a while.
possibly be
Yes, they won't live much longer,
Wow.
however, Charles. You are a beefcake, however, so maybe
Yep.
you and I
He's
can
the
have a
perpetual beefcake.
rousing, enjoyable hour of superior butt sex before I kill thee.
Beefcakes like beef.
Yep, yep.
Oh.
True.
Good, Charles, that's
The
good.
lead singer of AMC is a gay man. It will be interesting. I'm used to the woody, gamey flavor of straight male mortals in bands, and so I'm very much looking forward to killing you.
So
Ready.
how many dicks have you eaten over the years of the 120 bands you've
I
killed?
lost count.
Because I know a lot of those are in the crime scene style photos.
Yes.
So more than 10.
Oh, yeah,
More than-
120 times what, like 40?
Every episode you eat a dick?
Usually I eat all
Wow.
penises that are available.
Wow.
Mm.
So
It's just what happens when you get killed. Is I am going to eat your peen. It's one of the first things I go for.
yeah,
But
yeah, I got you. I got you.
because of PC, I met with the Social Justice Warrior Committee for Gay Zombies, and we came to an agreement that I will kill male mortals and let them bleed out before I fondle them and eat their penis. So all you male mortals, you will be well dead before I dine upon your junk.
Well, that's good.
Oh.
Nice concession. Nice concession.
Looks like Brian Bonner just joined us again. Yep, back again. Sorry for
86B
the...
will die.
And then Randy said, sorry I'm late. Hey, guys, if you have any
Randy
questions, feel
Randy
free to
James, he is in Synon 6, and
Hmm.
he likes the cock. He is the rare gay metalhead. Hello. If I wasn't going to kill you, I would bow in respect to another male mortal that likes the peen. That makes 3 of us.
So his peen is on your list?
Yes.
Excellent.
Randy James, Brennan, the lead singer of AMC, and me. We're the only gay male men in the scene, I think. Is there
Wow.
anyone else? Alf. I killed Alf.
You've killed Alf before.
Alf is gay.
Yeah.
Not anymore because he's dead.
Which one? Who is Alf?
From KTCO.
Oh, okay.
He was a DJ.
Legendary DJ.
Oh, KTCL. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He was a legendary leader.
He
is what
played.
he was.
He's been a local music advocate long before it was
Nice.
any
He
cool
has
anymore.
brought me a great many victims. It was he that recommended I kill in the whale.
Oh, good one.
Mm.
How'd that go? Those guys are good.
Yes, not anymore.
However,
However, they are one of the bands on the bill of my Halloween show, Halloween Night. Mortals, don't let me down. Wash your anuses. Don't eat anyone's ass.
until then,
Until then,
who else is on the bill?
okay. So it's in the whale.
Love them, love them.
I am the shotgun who
Oh.
I've killed,
Those
and
guys
they're
are
dead.
great. Wow.
Nice.
Younger than Neil, a little scar to put a smile on your face.
Nobody
They'll
doesn't like
play.
ska.
And the reunited first performance of hardcore group High Five, flying in from California,
Ooh.
Iowa, and Detroit, reuniting the first time in, I don't know, 8 years, something like that. I killed them once. Anyway, they're reuniting. And then if that isn't enough, the
What?
reunited performance of my band, Marissa Great and the Faggots of Death. So you see, it is a bill worth not eating anyone's ass until that night.
I'm gonna stick to that.
Yes!
That's right. That's
I'm
quite the
gonna go
diet.
until Halloween for sure.
Gotta
However-
go lean.
Sure.
Female mortals,
Yeah.
that book. Tonight,
We're
when you
a fetching
perform analingus on both of these, just take some hand sanitizer first and like scrub that area down with hand sanitizer. There you go. And you should be set. Ah.
Gotta lube that up.
Yeah, it's so great to have Maris back. Rarely do I blush. Luckily, I've got a giant mask over my face.
Yeah, you can't see
Yep,
it.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, we both look like Bane.
So, So you've already, like, they're gonna do the show no matter what, right? Because that's far enough out. We
It
should have a
depends
grip
on
it.
if it's shut down or not.
We got a lot of stupid fucks right now
Yeah,
that
yeah.
go around not wearing masks and not being respectful of other people.
Have
We
they
will see
talked to
what
you?
happens.
Have they talked to you about how they're gonna do the setup? Like,
They
the
don't. It remains to be seen, so it
Okay.
may end up only a show with 50 mortals. So make sure you're one of the
Yep,
50 mortals.
That would be epic.
That would be very exclusive.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking forward to as far as going forward with live entertainment. Is that it'll be more special shows for the audience.
Right.
It'll stink, I think, for bands when you're playing a half house, or a 1/3 house.
Yes.
Well, the other thing too is they could always broadcast that with streaming services
Yeah,
and stuff.
I keep
They
forgetting
can
that
they
because
can
I'm
have
old.
like discounted online tickets. for
So
that.
one organization that's doing that and doing it very well is
Mm.
Swinging News Productions.
Okay, yeah.
So, hello, Zach, out there. Swinging News Productions is superior, and they've been streaming bands, and they are the leaders in spearheading of trying to bring live music back.
Nice.
And now the Marquee is following suit. Yesterday, tonight, I'm dating the bartender, Billy, Big Dick Billy. Except
BDB.
Big Dick Billy.
Big
But
Dick Billy.
while he sent me, he was one of the 666 pics of bean that was sent to me. I asked a reasonable request that he should send me a picture of his furry buttocks, and he has declined to do so. So I'm not talking to Billy. If you're watching this right now, would you tell Billy I'm not talking to him?
Billy, he's not talking to you.
Yes, and tell him
Talk to the pub.
I'm not coming down to the Marquee tonight and spending money and giving him tips until he shows me a picture of his.
No marquee tips for you, Billy. Nuh-uh.
Until he
Send
sends a
some
picture.
ass, Big Bear.
Yes, yes. Speaking of furry butts, both of you, do you have furry butts?
No.
Or
No.
both of your
No.
butts? You both do carry. I think you're lying to me.
Nope, I am totally not.
He's
Smooth,
clean.
Smooth. My entire body is shorn.
You shaved it to.
The
a
must hair is
heel
just
to
on his head
No,
and his armpits.
I wax my butt. I like it to shine like an apple.
A female mortal has talked you into such behavior. A furry buttocks is a superior buttocks. What about you, Daniel? Are you going to disappoint me as well?
I am, but I'm not to that extent. I just take the razor to it.
Why would you do such a thing to an innocent hairy buttocks?
Because it hates me as much as I hate it. It shouldn't shit like that.
It's hot. It's hot in the summertime.
This is nonsense that a female mortals ideas that you female mortals put in these male mortal heads that they should shave the natural man fur. Megan Dunn, you would never do that if you're watching, would you? No.
No.
Dia, if you're watching, you wouldn't do that as well. Dia's dead. I killed her along with Jared. She filmed the dickening,
Oh, nice.
and she died as a result. You can see her dead body on my
She had to
website
go
as well. Yes,
No witnesses.
they paid the ultimate sacrifice so the local music scene
Well,
could.
But they came back as the undead.
They are
much
millions
like
now.
well, you were talking about the production company, was it
Swinging News.
Swinging News? You've killed them too.
No,
Oh,
That's
I
right.
thought you said you did.
no. Juju works with Swinging News some. Alexi. He died last year when I possessed my guitarist who chainsawed him in half. So Alexi is now two pieces. He's Swinging News Productions.
He's a two-piece.
Yes! And 86B, no, he doesn't work. I don't know. 86B, you're going to die. That's all I know.
That's all.
Just be aware that you have a date.
Corey Clark, Swinging News. He's dead.
He's dead?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
How long do you take to do your murders?
it depends what I'm doing. If it's a ritualistic murder, then it takes longer. So, but on the average, they take a couple of hours. A lot of alcohol is ingested, and there's a smile on everyone's face when they die.
That is sweet. Usually, when it's mortal on mortal deaths, it's not like that.
No.
It's
Can like somebody request a certain murder scene?
Yes.
oh nice.
And I try to accommodate all.
Huh.
But usually my ideas are much more disturbing and deviant than.
Yeah.
So usually it's a case of me talking to someone in a band saying, here's an idea I have, and you don't have to do it. Such as there was a band named Arcanium.
Mm.
And Adam in their band, I had an idea that I bite off his genitalia
No way.
and
Wow.
then put his penis inside his mouth because I had seen it before in a picture. And we took a picture and he said yes. His female mortal was there holding his hand though, so he could
The
go into
whole
his
time.
happy place when we shot it. But you could see that picture by going onto my website and looking at the Arcadium.
NorrisTheGreat.com.
NorrisTheGreat.com.
Go there.
Oh.
Yes.
That's crazy. What's a murder? Or what's a famous murder that you haven't that you'd like to do that you haven't done yet? Because I'm into murder stuff.
Mm. Yeah,
Serial killers.
he likes the
I
homicides.
just watched Hannibal again for the second time.
Oh, that's right. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, so good. So
Yeah.
good.
Actually, you stumped me. Are there any recommendations?
I don't
As
know.
I said, I did the Houston mass murders, and those
Yep.
were exceptionally disturbing.
Any Manson stuff? You ever do like the Die Pigs Die or stuff drawn on walls?
Oh, you just gave me an
I'm just
idea.
throwing stuff out there.
When you
Last-
see it happen with a band this summer, you'll know the idea came from thee.
Nice.
Oh, let's hope so.
I will
If
say
I
the
can
metal
offer anything to
bands
the world.
are more enjoyable to kill because their music and their mindset naturally lends itself
Yep.
to darkness
Yep.
and more disturbing. And bands usually want to be more shocking than the band I killed before them.
Right.
And so usually it's bands are trying to top each other. So any ideas I have are usually accepted, but occasionally they're not. Sometimes I run into a male mortal who's a bit of a little girl. So if the whole band isn't into dying, then I don't kill any of them. I don't kill the band. It has to be all together.
Yeah,
all for
yeah.
one.
Right,
yeah.
right.
If someone has
It's like the
specific-
Musketeers. All for
Yes.
one.
You're all in. You got it.
Right.
On
Yes.
the bus or off the bus.
So
Right.
there was a band I was trying to kill this summer,
Mm.
and one member is snooty, and he didn't want to, so I had to drop the band, unfortunately. But there's always another band that is all too willing to step in their place and die.
Well, they miss out on the glory of being undead
Yeah.
And the
and
most-
eternal
And
rotting life.
The Denver metal scene is great right now. You followed it for years, and it's better than it's ever been at all. I mean, Doom, Stoner,
Mhm.
Grindcore. Well, I listen to most of
It
those.
seems like different genres have their time more in the light. When I last walked the earth, hardcore was much more prevalent in Denver
Right.
than it is
Right now.
now.
Right.
It was like local bands would sell out the album.
Yeah.
Like Blister 66 could sell out the
Right.
album. Rogue, More.
What kind of what music are you listening to now, Maris?
Only the local bands that I plan on killing because it's part of the hunt.
Mm.
So I've been
Get in their
listening
psyche.
Yeah.
and finding out if I want to steal their songs if they're good enough. So when I
There
kill
you
a
go.
band, you know they're good enough to die because their music is so good.
Yeah.
So
The
Yeah,
catalog
that's exactly
automatically
it.
becomes yours.
Yep. That's been brought up in numerous conversations.
yes,
Yeah. Anyone that it's like you have to be good enough to be killed by.
you
the
have
band.
to be good enough.
'Cause he would
Right.
never ask.
So 86B, he has pretty music with a fuck you message that would sound better if my band was singing those songs with rewritten lyrics about the love of anus. And so listen to 86B, and then later in the year at our show, we'll play one of his newly rewritten songs, and just tell me if we aren't better than he ever was.
What's it like coming up with your own songs with the Faggots of Death with FOD? What's that like? Especially now with the COVID stuff. Are you guys able to get together?
Yes, we are
Excellent.
rehearsing, even though we had to stop for a while because the rest of the band members are alive.
Oh, I thought you killed them all.
No,
What?
I need them alive. They're better musicians. Decomposition gets in the way of your limbs working properly to
Sure.
pick and stuff like that
The
on your
tendons kinda-
instruments, and so
Unravel.
So have kept them alive. And usually what happens is they take they'll hear me say a phrase and they turn it into a song. We have a song called All the Cutest Boys Are at Hardcore Shows. And my guitarist, Fangoria, used to hear me say that and wrote a song.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm always telling you female mortals that you need to get over yourself and get that wee-wee.
Yeah, get that wee.
And so
wee
that
wee.
became a song.
That's a great song.
We have a new one called Cross Dress to Kill.
Nice.
And another one, I'm always saying how my favorite kind of male mortals I find the yummiest are big, dumb, and straight male mortals. Big, dumb, and straight is a new song that we're working on.
I think that's pretty much us, Jim.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You both are intelligent. I like guys that look like with a freshly bonked look, like someone bonked them on the head with a frying pan, and you see the little Tweety birds.
Yeah.
circling. Those are my favorite male mortals. You add a few tattoos to them, and soup is on.
What's your favorite soup?
Mortal flesh soup.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. The undead. I am vegan. I do not eat any animal products, only human flesh.
Vegan.
Yes. So I'm working on my own cooking show also.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. How's that coming?
It's coming along quite well. And the mortal I'm working with, his name is Sinister Star. And he is responsible for all the wonderful things you mortals are seeing, including he redesigned my entire website, 120 murders.
Wow.
It took him 8 months last year
Wow.
to go through all the files, all the pictures I had, and build it up fresh and new. And so we're working on a show right now called Vegan Cooking with Maris the Great.
Wow.
That would
Nice.
be me.
That's fantastic. Now hold on. You're undead, so fresh.
Is it all just meat products?
The flesh in my cooking show is going to come from the victims I'm killing. So
Right.
I have some flesh of In the Whale in my freezer of doom in my
Oh,
lab.
nice.
And coming up next week, I'll have some fresh meat from
Ready for-
86B.
Right.
Ready to be sautéed.
Yes!
Nice.
So that's coming up.
What's your
fantastic.
favorite dishes? Yeah, when working with human flesh.
Well, I have a wonderful dish. It's called a cheeseburger of doom. And it has a superior bloody pulp sauce on top of it.
Oh wow.
And you just wait. It's made with real human flesh, and it'll be on my cooking show. And it has a pretzel bun on it because I'm gay.
Cheeseburger of doom.
Yes.
Going back to real life murders that inspired you. Incidentally, last night I watched a terrible horror movie called Grim Love. It was about the around 2000 in Germany. There was a cannibal that solicited for another lover to come and be a willing victim.
Eat his dick.
And that scene was in there. It had this
That really
morning.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really happened.
Yes.
Yeah,
I actually am aware of that.
yeah.
And there's like one funny quote, they didn't cook it right.
Something like that.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So how would
So
you
it's-
cook Dan's wiener?
Yeah,
is what
yeah,
it's getting
and
at.
incidentally, that was in the movie too. This poor guy is eating his own wiener, and he's like, "I thought it'd be better,"
Yeah,
and he's
that-
bleeding out.
What's the movie called?
It's called Grim Love. Carrie Russell from Felicity is in it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
big fan.
I see such a tale as that. When I get back to my lair tonight, I
I'm gonna
shall.
watch that too. That's funny.
It's right now on Netflix. It's just available on DVD, so I wasn't able to find
Ah.
it anyplace else.
Huh.
I'm sure you could find. It might be available for purchase on Amazon, for all I know.
I might renew my Shudder subscription again because I watched.
That's
I
probably
watched all
on
the
there.
movies and then I just took a break for a while.
Yeah.
So how would you cook Dan's dick?
We'll find out.
Oh my!
Maybe the flesh of your bean will make up one of the dishes I am making this summer.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm offering up Dan for that for you.
Well, thanks.
You're
my
welcome.
my girlfriend probably will offer me up too.
I think it's saute. You definitely got to saute. No boiling. No
Yep.
boiling.
I would agree with that. Saute.
I guess you
As
could-
I've said,
There's
straight
always searing.
male flesh
Yeah.
is a little bit more gamey.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of taste. One is not better than the other.
Right, it's
I
just
just
different.
like I've gotten used to musicians and their flesh and rock and roll. Tattooed flesh is gamey and a little bit woody, but it has a nice little snap when you bite into it.
Right, and the other thing too is you don't want anything that's startled or fearful. They've got to be.
ruins the flesh.
It ruins the meat.
Yeah.
All that adrenaline and everything just
Maybe
makes
that-
makes it kind of acidic. Is my understanding?
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But, however, it's just a natural part of being a hunter like I am, that you hunt someone and they're afraid when you kill them, and so it's just what has to happen.
Are there any other hunters that you look up to or have
No.
tried to emulate or just
I
have
am
done
not-
your own thing?
I am superior to all that you have ever encountered. I am a celebrated and awarded demon from the bowels of hell. See the horns on my back.
That's right.
I am decorated. It's called the 6 horns of Sodom. In my skull of doom, you will see one eye. Ah,
The
That
crotch
is-
of doom.
that is the crystalline eye of Freddie Mercury.
What?
Whoa.
These are superior decorations that I got when I was in hell, becoming a most magnificent demon. And now I'm back in the flesh. I cannot be reasoned with. I cannot be stopped. I cannot be bargained with. You can only prevent your death for a little bit longer by offering me alcohol and sending me pictures of your peen. But eventually I will get sober again, and I will get tired of looking at your peen pictures. Unless you're 86B, you should send me pics of your peen tonight.
Do it, 86B.
Yes, and I will kill you. So it's inevitable. The only way you can escape is to break up your band now. And I recommend you all do this. It's always sunny in Tijuana. You should announce your retirement tonight. Fixing God. You should go try to fix something else because you're as good as dead. And oh! Scatterbrain Productions. I am killing my first hip hop
Oh, nice.
Wow.
this summer in Wyoming.
Hip hop
It's
in
a
Wyoming.
collaboration of hip hop artists called Scatterbrain Productions. There is Ratchet Jesus, Tyrell, and there's EP, which stands for Exciting Penis, and there's FaZe, but at this point I'm not killing him because he's too stuck up. So there's 3 hip hop male mortals from Scatterbrain Productions, and they are going to be foolish enough to come to Denver this summer, and they'll be dead. And it'll be my first hip hop meal I've ever had.
Really?
Nice.
Yes.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yes! Tyrell Shea and I are actually dating, so it's going to be a shame to kill him, but he's hot. He's a bear, and he doesn't shave his butt. So he's acceptable, unlike you other male mortals out there. Tyrell Shea and I are tight because he has a hairy butt.
We have a slip and slide.
Yeah, dude.
All of you male mortals need to go on a boycott against razors on your man fur for this summer so that you have a chance of impressing me.
And
to
only
stay
you.
alive.
Forget your female mortals for a while. Vaginas look like hatchet wounds. Why do you like vaginas? You shall now tell me what. Now,
They're warm, wet caverns.
I have
There's
a cavern as well. It's not warm because I'm dead. And it's probably not wet because I'm
Because
dead.
you're dead.
But it is a cavern. And I could offer this to thee. Such a generous opportunity. I am giving you lemon drop to enjoy. And
he
you
remembered my
get
name.
analingus also.
Oh
So
my
you
gosh.
get a cavern, and you get analingus, and you get death, and I can feature your penis in one of my dishes in Zegan Cooking with Maris the Great.
It's called Grim Love Part 2.
Yeah.
The Revenge. Well, Maris, we're about ready to wrap up. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about or announce? The show obviously is Halloween.
Halloween
Halloween.
2020 at the Marquee Theater.
Peen.
Halloween.
Peen.
Don't disappoint me because it's the last night I will be here. After Halloween, the balance of light and darkness shifts. And from November 1st through May 31st are the months of light. And I must go back into the shadows along with other demons. And so it is the most stupendous night of evil. Halloween 2020 at the Marquee Theater in the Whale. I am the shotgun, younger than Neil. Reunited high five, and then the cherry on top is Maris the Great to the Faggots of Death.
Woo!
Tickets are $15.
Oh!
And I guess that's it.
Nailed it.
I've been trying it.
$15.
$15. You can get them online by going marqueetheater.com, or you can buy it at their box office. And if you want to wait to find out if the show's going to happen, that's okay as well. I think that's it.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're hot male mortal and you have a hairy butt, send me a picture. You can just inbox me it. If you're in a band, I'd break up because I'll probably kill you. At 86B, you have 1 week to get out of town and retire from music, or you're going to be the next victim. I think that's it.
Excellent.
Thank you,
Thanks
Maris.
so much, Maris.
Thank you
Yes!
so much.
Appreciate it.
Fantastic.
I'm Dan Crosier, and with Jim Norris is our guest,
Jim.
Maris the Great.
Ah.
And this has been COFOH Live and Undead.
Live and Undead.
Go see his live show, God damn
Yeah,
it.
it's
I
great.
go to my
It's
website.
fantastic.
MarisTheGreat.com, right?
Yes.
I'm
Excellent.
going there after work.
Excellent. We'll see you guys later. Till Maris kills you later.
That was great.
Thank you.